Good morning, everyone. Hi, good to see you. Would you please stand and join with me as we sing our opening song? This is the day the Lord has made. This I'll be glad. Oh, I'm sorry. I'll read the slide. Here we go. This is the day. This is the day that the Lord has made. We will rejoice and be glad in it. This is the day that the Lord has made. We will rejoice and be glad in it. This is the day that the Lord has made. Let's do it again. This is the day. This is the day that the Lord has made. We will rejoice and be glad in it. Everybody clap. This is the day that the Lord has made. We will rejoice and be glad in it. This is the day that the Lord has made.
Great song. And so it is. Good morning. I'm Micah, and it's my pleasure to be here with you. I came to see you and to be here to act as minister because I love you, and I think it's the right thing to do. I felt called, so let's pray that that's a right direction and that the calling was good. So, I believe that the Spirit of God is everywhere present, but it is here also within me and within you. So let's turn to that Spirit right now in an opening prayer. Sometimes it helps to close your eyes to the outside. It can be disturbing, and the world can be full of lots of masks. But inside of us, in that holy place, that temple within, there's peace. And so we turn within now to the light that is there. And that light fills us. The light of God's pure love radiates now through every cell and organ, every system of our being. See it. Pure, radiant light flowing from your heart out to every cell, every organ, every system of your being. We are radiant centers of pure, healing love. And that love now flowing in and through us is so radiant that it reaches out and touches those that are here in this room. And we are the light of God. We are the love of God. The room is aglow in that light, and it radiates to us, from us. And we send it now out to all the universe. And beyond that, to all the cosmos. We let that light shine forth to the world. We thank you, God, for this awareness as that light returns to us now, filling us, enfolding us, watching over us, empowering us. Thank you, God. We are radiant centers of divine love and light. We are radiant centers of divine love and light. And so it is. Amen.
Good morning. To honor that radiant light within us, and to honor the Christ within, every Sunday we light our Christ candle. And what a better way to exemplify that light than to invite one of our children up to the platform to assist me with the lighting of the Christ candle. Today we have Tyler will come up. Come on up. All right. walk back here. Let me get back there first. Okay. So you take this candle. Oop, just hold on. There we go. You got it. Oh, you did that fast. And then I'll take this candle down. And we'll light that one. Oop. Let's try it again. Hold on. Okay. We'll get it. Let me tilt that a little. Okay. Whoop. There you go. Yes. A little more. Okay. Now blow that one out. Oop, got it? Okay, can you blow this one out? Okay. Yay. All right. Set that down. We'll pick this up. Okay, step on out to the front with me. Join me in blessing the children. You are a beautiful child of God, perfect in every way. You are loved unconditionally, just the way you are. And if it's true for this little princess, it's true for all the princes and princesses in the congregation here. I am a beautiful child of God, perfect in every way. I am loved unconditionally, just the way I am.
Join with me as we sing, Beautiful Child of God. I'm a beautiful child of God. Oh, wondrous spirit of love and peace. My light will shine forever. I'm a beautiful child of God. You're a beautiful child of God. Oh, wondrous spirit of love and peace. Your light will shine forever. You're a beautiful child of God. We are beautiful children of God. We are wondrous spirits of love and peace. Our light will shine forever. We are beautiful children of God.
Okay. Again, welcome everyone. And special welcome to those of you who are watching us online this morning or streaming at any time from our website. This morning, assisting, or as our musical guest, we have George Haver. And talking to George earlier, trying to personalize everything. George has a pet. He has a cat. And I've often heard people mention dogs, but nobody mentions cats. So I'm a cat person too. So George and I are old cat men.
Cat men.
Yeah.
Cat ladies.
Yes, and we wanted to get a call out to the cat people in the congregation as well. Assisting us today in the back, we have Gloria Ramirez on video and Gary Eisenberg on sound. So thank you very much to them as well. And of course, Marcy is in the back, and she makes the whole service run for us. So thank you, Marcy. My name is Dan Perkins. Yes, Mei Ling Albert will come up and lead us in the Earth Care Covenant.
Okay. Good morning. All right. So we have changed the Earth Care Covenant a bit. I asked a lot of people, if they thought it was too many words, and I got 90% yes. So I've condensed it a bit, so we'll see how that goes. And we will speak it together. Please don't jump ahead of me, because it gets me confused when you do that. So just let's stay together like we're a chorus or something. And think of it as an intention and a prayer for where we want to go in relationship to the earth, the environment, and all the beings living on this planet. Okay, so number 1, we are committed to being ecological caretakers of our earthly home. 2, we affirm our reverence for the interdependent web of life and the balance of nature. Number 3, we take action to create and protect that where all life can thrive. We claim what we need to thrive and give back what is needed for others. 4, we declare our covenant with God to walk lightly upon the earth, holding the intention of the highest good for all life on this planet, now and for future generations. Now, thank you. I wanted to read a little something before I step down. To see and love God in the world is to feel a deep reverence. To love is to hold in mind and heart, to value, treasure, and support what you love. So I'm inviting you to take a moment and make a commitment in this coming month to take some action in support or protection of the earth and its inhabitants. It could be animals, it could be whatever, but it's all part of the interconnected web of life. So just think about that. We're called to action, so it'd be a good thing for us to take some action, in support of this beautiful planet we live on. Thank you.
Thank you, Maylene. Next up this morning, John Thompson has a brief, exciting announcement for us, I think.
That's what's called stepping on the punchline. Last time I spoke to you, I talked about our budget situation, which was manageable. We were projecting a small deficit, but generally doing okay. I noted that a few things had to go well. Unfortunately, since then, a couple of them haven't. We had a lease here with a church called Bay Area Full Gospel out of the San Jose area, and they were attempting to establish a primarily Korean congregation here. They leased the building for about a year, and they just decided they can't make a go of it, so they gave up the effort. So we are losing that income that was budgeted. The other one was a daycare center that was attempting to get located in the classrooms back here. He worked on it very hard for a year. It got complicated with building codes and state regulations and on and on and on. And he finally has decided that he can't make a go of it in that small space. And our board talked about it, and we weren't prepared to turn over most of the facility to him. So it looks like that isn't going to happen either. And those are two pretty good sources of income. The good news is that 80% of our income comes from us, comes from contributions. And that's actually up. We're actually up about $2,500 over last year. So we're doing well in that most important category. Still, the Finance Committee recommended and the board agreed we should postpone recruiting a new minister, well, for two reasons, because we love Micah, we're not going to let him go. And beyond that, we want to be able to show a more stable financial picture when we go out to recruit, because one of the things we'll have to do is put together a whole binder of information about the church, including our financials. It's going to be tough to get somebody to come here, especially if they have to sell a house and move to California. without having a lot more certainty that there's a stable financial picture here. So, we are really, as a result of that situation and the need to get things stabilized quickly, we are really going to be emphasizing the pledge cards this year. This is an annual process. I don't know, since I've been in the church, that we've really put all that much effort into it, but we are this year because we need to know where we stand for the budget next year, and we want to be able to have some positive news for a prospective minister candidate. These are the cards. We'd like you to pick one up out in the Great Hall on the table if you haven't already, because Jackie is waiting. Jackie is our new minister. It could be Jack. It could be Jacqueline. We don't know yet. But I've decided to call her Jackie and use female pronouns just so we can have something to relate to. This is the cause we're driving for. Jackie is a licensed Unity minister. She's been at her church for 7 years, but lately she's been feeling a little restless, and her prayers and meditation sessions have her wondering if it isn't time for her to make a career move. Jackie doesn't even know about Vacaville Unity of the Valley because we haven't advertised the position yet. In the weeks ahead, we'll follow Jackie on her journey as well as our journey in recruiting for a minister. Our first task in God's plan is to nail this pledge drive. We need total contributions for next year of about $250,000 to make budget. That's around a 20% increase. Our campaign goal is to raise 50% of that, not in cash, in pledges. These are pledges you will give an intention to give. Nobody will beat on your door if you don't make it, but it's a good faith effort to try to pledge about 50% of what we're going to need and relying on God to provide the rest. We would like everyone to send in a card regardless of the amount, but we want to get maximum participation. We're off to a good start. There it is. Thank you. You're ahead of me. Marcy says that we've already collected about $54,000 and that's from only 13 people. So I'm confident that we can get half of that $250,000 we need in pledges, $125,000 through this campaign. I hope you understand how important this pledge drive is this year compared to other years, and especially now. It's important to Jackie. In the weeks ahead, we'll be giving you updates on Jackie's movement towards us and our movement towards her. Stay tuned.
Thank you, John. Okay, community highlights and our announcements. We have a craft fair coming up on Saturday, November 23rd, 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Registration forms are available in the Great Hall or by contacting the church office. Is this next Sunday? Yeah, Sunday, November 3rd. Mark Stanton Welch, who's been here before. I remember seeing him here a couple of years ago. He will be here next Sunday, November 3rd, and he will have a concert in Unity Hall following the service here. Suggested love offering is $20, but nobody will be turned away. And today is the last chance, the final Sunday, to get into our directory. People will be available in the Great Hall to take your picture and to register you for the directory. So why are we here? Let's recite together our statement of faith. There is only one presence and one power in the universe and in my life, God the good.
This next song, Higher, is by a singer-songwriter who I've discovered recently, Denise Rozier, who I think is based up in Denver. I've seen her at YouTube videos of her singing with the Mile High Choir up there. And this song, the first line of each verse is, "Oh, the boundless heart of God. Oh, the precious light of life. Oh, the joy within our souls." So I think these are wonderful things to meditate about and think about and celebrate. So wish me luck. Here's the first time trying this song. Oh, the boundless heart of God that holds us in its grace. It is the purest form of love, and of it we are made, and of it we are made. Oh, the precious light of life that shines in us each day. There's healing in each golden beam, and blessings in each day, and blessings in each day. Higher, higher, we are lifted up. We are shown, we are beautiful, we are known. It's in this truth where we find our home. Higher, oh, higher. Oh, the joy within our souls that sings with heaven's voice. It rings throughout all creation's hall. Hear the world rejoice. Oh, hear the world rejoice. We are shown, we are beautiful, we are known. It's in this truth where we find our home. Higher, higher, oh, we are lifted up, we are shown. We are beautiful, we are known. It's in this truth where we find our home. High, 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 high. Oh, higher. Ooh,
concerned when I heard he was going to sing about getting high, but I have vague memories, very vague. David went to the store the other day to PetSmart, and he came home with a new pet. It's a duck. Like we need one more thing in the house to be concerned with, a duck. So it wasn't just that he got the duck, but he got a mask for the duck. It wasn't pretty, but it fit the bill. Bad, I know, really bad. I have to search for those. Pretty low. We do wear masks, and some are intentional, some are not. Many of them are based upon preconditioned situations in our life. As children, we're raised in environments where we are experiencing things that lead us to fear that maybe there'll be lack in our life. There won't be enough, that perhaps it's not a safe environment. Hopefully that's not true of you. Luckily for me, it wasn't true of me. My only concern was that my mother was an Irish woman, and she became a little bit, as she got older, voluminous, or what's the proper term for it? She was a robust lady, very short but loving and full of hugs, and I was all a little concerned she'd kill us by hugging us. So we were hugged a lot. But truthfully, these masks are what they call precognitive commitments. We have ideas of the way things are, the way things aren't, that we're not even aware of. They're just there. And so they set us up in life to be afraid. Today, we prepare to celebrate a holiday that has always been fun for me. I love it. Some people don't wear costumes. I found out that from my best friend. And so I thought I'd wear one for you. When we put on a costume, the costume helps us to be able to put on another persona. And it reminds me that we are personalities, each of us. Personalities are not all that we are, though. That's the learned part of us. Perceptions that have led us to develop our personalities. Some scary. I've met a few scary personalities in my life. And I've been a scary personality at times in my life, I'm sure, if you ask other people. But there's a truth of us that is essential to us. It came with us. It will always be with us. It's who we really are. And that's the individualization of God itself. Father, Mother, God. All that God is, I am. I was praying yesterday in the morning, as I told you, in my little rocker, sitting in the front window looking up at the mountains, and the dog and I were very quiet, and I heard this inner voice. And I always check that out as I get older. I don't want to start hearing voices I don't want to hear, but this one was very clear. And it said, all that I am is filled with all that you are. So I am more than enough to do all that is before me to do today. I am wise enough. I am strong enough. I'm powerful enough because of who I am. And that I am is the Spirit of God. You and I are all individualized expressions of that Spirit. And somewhere along the line, I didn't always get that message. I got more of the message of, the personality, that I was just what I appeared to be. But if we do have experiences in life that kind of set us up to have a personality that we're not always proud of, we're not always happy with, we want to make changes in that, therefore change our lives. If we change ourselves and our thinking, it's feasible for us to go within and begin to use a process. And we in Unity call that the process of affirmative prayer. We affirm that which we wish to be true. It isn't yet in the outer experience true, but it is in the infinite potential that God is. So we know it's truth. This is true of me. I am perfect, whole, and well and free. I can say that even though there are times when I'm not well and whole. I'm experiencing some condition of my body. What I'm speaking of is not necessarily my body. Are you following me? Because there's that part of me that is not limited. It's a condition that the conditions of my life, the circumstances, cannot change that which is true of me. But what is true of me always is that I am perfect and I'm whole. And I have to tell myself that regularly, that no matter what anyone says, including me, or does, whatever anyone has said or has done, nothing can change what is true of me. I am a perfect, whole, and holy child of God, in essence, in spirit. I'm the personality that has developed. My perceptions along the way have changed, and I have changed my personality. I remember when I was little, in the classrooms they had spelling bees. Anybody remember anything like that? Where you had to get up, they'd line you up in the front, and then as you succeeded or failed, you'd have to sit down if you failed. That was so demoralizing. And so it was just frightening, to be up there and anticipate failing in front of the whole class. And so I learned to spell pretty well so that I wouldn't have that experience. But I think that for me, some of the biggest concerns I had of my life in my childhood, my youth, and my early life were positive ones. I had very positive experiences both at church and at home, and they were very involved in church. It was like 5 days, 6 days a week. So I was, I went to a church school. I went to church on Sunday. On Saturday, I went over and helped at the church. It stands to reason what I'm doing now, doesn't it? That it was sort of set up. I think I came in for that. And the truth is, I loved it. Where my brother, you had to drag in, I was excited to go and always wanted to go and have fun. I saw it as a work that I could do. But fear can limit us. Fear can limit us. I never thought of myself, the spelling bees were one experience of why I didn't see myself as being a public speaker, because I didn't succeed necessarily all the time there, and I felt like a failure. So you don't want to get back up again in front of somebody else, right? If you fail once, you learn smart, I'm not going to do that anymore. That fear can limit us, but it's false evidence appearing real in many cases. If it is a real situation that requires, and that fear has come up legitimately, then it's a warning for me to do something to avoid that condition that I'm fearing to do, or to change my circumstances, whatever I must do, in order to avoid being hurt or the risk of being hurt. But many of the fears I have are not that. They're in my head. They're in my what if. Have you ever had that experience? What if this happens? Then that's going to happen, and then that. The scriptural admonitions appear 145 times throughout the Bible, from Genesis to Revelation, saying, do not fear. Do not fear. In 2 Timothy 1:7, we read, for God has not given us a spirit of fear and timidity, but of power and love and self-discipline. We have been taught to fear, controlled by fear. We were not even aware of it at times, but it was true. Now we have the ability to change it through affirmation, through positive thinking and a consistent changing of our minds so that we can be open to experience a new life. Are you ready for that? Every day I am too. I'm not trying to convince God through my daily prayers. I know that God doesn't need that. God is infinite intelligence in which I live and breathe and have my being, and my mind is one with the mind of God, as is yours. So every thought, all that God is, I know. And so that God doesn't need me to repeat the affirmations on a daily basis to convince God to help me, to make God aware I exist. God is all-knowing. It's for me. It's for me to form new spiritual energy, substance, to create a new life, a new way of being. And I do that on a consistent basis until I find that I'm changed. That I can what that means to me is that I can accept what I'm praying to be true, or the potential for it to be true. Many times when I start the prayer, it doesn't look like it's going to be true. When I was diagnosed with cancer years ago, and they said that as my father died from cancer, my brother, older brother, my sister had it, and luckily she has recovered. With history, a whole family that seems to have had cancer. So when it came up for me, I thought, oh no, this is the little part of me, the preconditioned part of me that all those years seeing people get cancer and die from it. What did I say? Oh, well, get my will together fast because I'm going down. But the truth about me, I'd already learned in unity, that I am whole, and I'm well, and I'm free in potential. Here within me, the life of God is greater than any condition that I could have. And as I affirmed that, I began to believe that it was true. And it's interesting how the whole universe, which is God in expression, will conspire to assist you in expressing that which you, and in manifesting that which you have prayed. You ever seen that happen? Synchronicities occur that you would have never planned. Someone shows up just when you need them, and you really didn't think about that. And all of a sudden, there they are. They're there to do what they need to do in order to help you to fulfill your destiny, to express this truth of you, the Christ of you. So we face those fears. We've learned how to pray now, to affirm and change our minds so we get clear about what they are. They should be present tense, our prayers, now, not someday. I used to pray, someday my ship will come in. And, that was my prayer. I've been waiting for that ship for a long time. How about you? I even lived on the beach and looked out every day. Where are you at? And sometimes it came and sometimes it didn't. Inconsistently. But the truth is, now is what I pray. Now, since there's no time or space and spirit, means that I'm ready. I'm ready for this to occur now. Present tense, positive, and personal. When we do an affirmation, it's about us, or in some cases, we'll pray for others. Every day I pray for you. I hold the congregation. I hold those that come and those that are here and those that hear us on air, that we are one. And I affirm those affirmations of life and intelligence and wisdom and power, so that my prayer is always that it will help you to express those divine qualities, those divine factors or parts of your very being. Many of us, though, as we focus on this, have a hard time staying there. And some people have accused us of being magical thinking, that we just pray thinking something's going to happen and it'll all magical happen, Have you ever heard that, we're just thinking magic and you're putting Band-Aids on it? As not so, but Myrtle Fillmore was clear about that. This is what she said to someone who said prayer was magic. It isn't that prayers do anything magical. We simply hold you and the truth in consciousness and help you to remember and to place your faith in God, the omnipresent, good, and to use your faculties in helping build a life that is good and a life that is fulfilling. The moment you sense a need and ask for a blessing, you should have faith that God is responding and that the good will come forth. So this is Myrtle Fillmore, the co-founder of Unity. But here's what she says about magical thinking. It is your own constructive use of the power of mind which lays hold of and molds the qualities of being to meet your individual demands, which determine and cause your future to happen, your satisfaction, your freedom from all worry, anxiety, and fear. So she's saying to me that we're not asking for a magic to occur. We're not setting up a situation where we expect someone to come along and do some magic for us. We're forming the unformed spiritual substance of God. We are forming this invisible but very real divine energy. And we form it according to our highest understanding and our greatest desire for good. As an example, the church that I was serving went through a very serious situation, and there was a decrease in the funds. Before I got there, the minister had moved on pretty quickly, and the lack of many congregants now was being experienced because as the minister left, some of those people left with the minister, but others didn't find a need to come because there really wasn't a consistency there and a positive energy to draw them. When this occurred, it triggered hypervigilance. Everyone was watching, trying to assume or to prepare for whatever was going to come, watching every detail. The number of congregants attending was the way that we determined whether or not it was going to be a success. The number of new and returning members, the amount of money collected in services, and we began to fear failure, such that we began, in a sense, to judge our success or our failure upon the membership, the number of members, the number of people who showed up, when in reality, the true value of a congregation, of a church, is the spiritual development of the individuals who come. So that's what we returned to. And we began to affirm for ourselves, all those things will change in time. The income, the people, and so on, if we focus upon the truth. The truth that God is with us, in us, through us, and all the power and energy that we need. And that God will bring us through this temporary circumstance, and we will express a higher and fuller experience of God's presence in the midst of our congregation. And in turn, the numbers will change. The people will come because there's a new energy created. I think this is repeated in everyone's life. We, sometimes in the midst of our concerns and the number of masks that are around us that frighten us, we begin to hold thoughts of what we fear. And our concerns are of what's going to happen now. Excuse me. It could happen again. Oh my God, what if? And so when we hold these thoughts and we have the thought, that's one thing. That's normal. But to hold and dwell upon those thoughts rather than begin to posit positive messages for growth and development. We are a healthy, functional, thriving ministry. And this really is true. I, as you know, wasn't here for a while, but I attended the board meeting and I came away impressed with the positive energy, the cohesiveness, and the absolute faith that we will rise as this church before did. And it did well. We went from 8 people on a Sunday morning sometimes up to 150, and then we could have gone more, but I was ready to go on to Unity Village, and another minister came in, and they did grow, and they built a new building, and so it was a success. And I have absolutely no doubt that will be true of us. So have no concerns. That is not a reality, those fears. We are successful. We're prosperous. In other ways, we can be more prosperous, and that's okay too. And we're affirming that, as John said. We're affirming that we will see demonstrations of more good to meet all the needs and the demands that will come. Our faith and spirit as our source and the substance of our supply must be our primary focus and our primary belief, not the circumstances and the conditions. A friend was telling me that they were reading the other day John Heidel, the author. That's Reverend John Heidel. And he said, we can allow our circumstances to define our faith, or we can allow our faith to define our circumstances. So can you catch the difference with that? You know, we have the same circumstance. Some people see it when they say, well, nevertheless, I will be successful. Nevertheless, the church will thrive. Nevertheless, we will go on and do all that we're called to do. Be all that we're called to do for every soul that comes, in spite of the circumstance. Or we can say the circumstances are such that we are not able to control those. So I need to concentrate not so much on what needs to be changed in the world as to what needs to be changed where? In me. I need to focus more upon my own fears, my own concerns, and some of which I won't even know until they come up. If I see a strong reaction to something, it may be an opportunity for me to take a look at that and decide if maybe that is a precognitive fear, something that's not based on reality today, but came from another period of my life. So what should I do if I'm afraid? If I'm afraid, I need to check it out first and face it. Is it something that I need to be concerned about that is a reality, a risk on this plane that could injure me or harm someone else? Then I need to take action. And I need to do all that is necessary for me to do in order to avoid that occurring. If it is, in my opinion, not based upon truth or reality, but upon some fear, then I need to continue affirming the truth until I see a new reality. Focus more on the truth rather than on the condition. Helen Keller said, rather than go into denial, which is perhaps one of the ways that I've handled a lot in my life in the past, oh, I just won't deal with that one. There's always tomorrow, you know. I'll deal with that tomorrow. Denying is not going to make it better. Denial doesn't make it better. Helen Keller said, never bend your head. Look everything and everyone square in the face, in the eye. So we need to look at the condition, face it for what it is, and then decide that God is greater than any condition, any situation, and that infinite power and intelligence and wisdom is at work right now and is working in and through me and everyone else in the universe. Do what must be done, but then take care to make sure that we don't dwell upon the condition of lack or the condition of any condition that we might fear. So God gave us the power of wisdom as well as faith. I just remember this experience in Florida when I went to the first church. It was a little cottage downtown in a place called Fort Myers. And it was in an area that was probably the only area in Fort Myers at that time that was kind of seedy. And I mean, like, we had an afternoon class in metaphysical Bible interpretation, and a couple ladies came, and one of them had her purse taken from her as she got out of her car in our driveway. So it was one of those kind of neighborhoods where you have to be conscious that you're in a neighborhood that isn't always going to be healthy. And so we knew that, but we just canceled some classes, and we tried to keep everything during the day, nothing at night. And one day I came in the morning, and the windows were all open, and the doors, and it was a really cute church with lots of beautiful old stained glass. And we were working to restore it. And I thought, well, who's here? And it was no one. Someone had broken in, and they took the few little pieces of brass that we had that were the candlesticks and so on, thinking, I guess they must have thought they were of great value. Obviously, they weren't. They were just old pieces that we honored, but they were gone. And so I called the police, and the board and I decided we'd just go on and have faith that we don't need to worry about this or fear because it's only a one-time thing. About 2 weeks later, I came in, the same experience, and I called the police. And the young officer that came said, "Sir, don't you have a security system? In this neighborhood, all the churches do." I said, "No, we have faith. We don't need that." And he looked at me, just squared my little face and said, Didn't God give you wisdom as well as faith? I mean, what about wisdom? And we got a security system the next day. So the breaking at the church was my lesson. Sometimes the things that occur they're not without value. I got a lot out of that one. I can have faith and also be wise. And wisdom sometimes is really needed on this plane. If the doctor says, yeah, you can heal, but you've got to take this treatment, seems reasonable to me. God works through it all. I remember many people over the years have said to me, I know God's going to heal me, but I'm not going to do medication. I don't believe in that stuff. I'm just going to do it natural way. Faith will be enough. And I didn't say it, but I really felt it, and I'll say it to you because I'm older now, and it's all right. And that's not wise. If God provides a vehicle for my healing, I need to be conscious and thank God for it. You know, God works through the chemist as well as through the minds of everyone else. Sometimes we have to be patient, don't we? Is patience one of your values? Are you patient all the time and kind and slow and easy and forgiving? Not me. I want it and I want it now. But it may be something that we have to develop if we wish to see a good result. It takes time, not for God to act upon our request, our intention, but for us to really believe it. And once we believe it, then the universe will respond. So we affirm until we see there is a belief within us that changes. And when that occurs, then we can see the result in our life. Psalm 37 says, take delight in the Lord, and God will give you the desires of your heart. So we have the ability with the pivotal part of our mind to turn to the fear or turn to our faith in God. So it's fear and faith, we can make the change. So no matter the mask, whatever appears to be true, no fear, faith. See the church full on Sundays and supporting our church and our week and all through the activities of our church. For all those that are here in the sanctuary and for those that are listening, see us succeeding and unity prosperous and full of opportunity to serve even more. As we take a moment now and just focus our mind again back in that center. Let's calmly and quietly take a look at our affirmation, knowing that within us, that same Spirit of God is awake, listening to everything we say and do. So we work on our minds. Let's affirm the affirmation together. The masks we wear, personality and individuality. And we're going to have our affirmation now our slide for the affirmation. That's okay. I can do it. I release my fears. Together? I release my fears and affirm my desires. The truth sets me free. Are you okay with that? You ready? No more fears. Take off the masks. God bless you all, and happy Halloween. May your holiday be happy.
When I pray, I feel my heart go deeper. My heart go deeper into my God. When I pray, I feel my heart go deeper. My heart go deeper into my God. Right here, right now, right When I pray, I feel my love go deeper, my love go deeper into my God. When I pray, I feel my love go deeper, my love go deeper into my God. Right here, right now, right where I am, I pray. Right here, right now, right where I am, I pray, I pray, I pray.
Join me now as we turn again within. I'm calm and poised, taking a breath and releasing all stress and concerns, all worries and all fears. I let go. I feel my shoulders lighten. I feel the tension in my forehead beginning to dissipate. I can feel the presence of peace that flows in and through me. As I breathe in, I breathe peace. As I exhale, I release all stress and tensions, all worries and fears. In this holy moment, all is well. I am safe. I am secure. The light of God surrounds me, and the love of God enfolds me, the power of God. It protects me. So I am in the presence now of pure spirit. For God and I are one. Breathing and relaxing. Letting go. Focusing upon that calm, peaceful center of my being. I am at peace. In the silence, the Father and I are one. Thank you, God. For in this holy instant, I remember all that I am is filled with all that you are. So I am strong enough. I am wise enough. I'm powerful enough to do all that is before me to do. Thank you, God. So be it.
We are so blessed with everyone who donates time and energy and service to this congregation. Many ways to serve, and I think everybody here serves as well. But in addition to that, we also, as was mentioned earlier, need monetary contributions. And we make that easy. We have a text to give set up with the number on the screen. You can go to the website and hit the donate button and set up a one-time donation or a recurring donation. And we also have our ushers here, Jennifer and Pat, this morning, and we'll pass our baskets around and collect donations here. And before we do that, let's bless our tithes and offerings. God's love through me blesses and multiplies all that I am and have, all that I give and receive. I am grateful.
I send my love over the mountains. I send my love over the sea. I send my love into the heavens, and it returns to me. I send my joy over the mountains. I send my joy over the sea. I send my joy into the heavens, and it returns to me. I send my power over the mountains. I send my power over the sea. I send my power into the heavens, and it returns to me, and it returns to me.
Please recite with me our affirmation of divine substance. The inexhaustible resource of spirit is equal to every demand. There is no reality in lack. Abundance is here and now manifest. All right. Let's join together and form a circle. I think we can make it around somewhere today, and we'll join in the peace song.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, and peace that was meant to be, with God our Creator. We are family. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, this be my solemn vow, to take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is. We are one holy family. We celebrate our oneness and honor our diversity. So be it. Amen.
Amen.
Have a wonderful day. God bless you. Happy Halloween.